This week's videos are sponsored by ACORNS, the money app that makes it simple and cheap to make small yet significant investments.
Citizens of the Reject Nation, we, as the kids are saying, are so back.
Oh, we are most definitely extraordinarily back.
Couldn't be more back, exceedingly back, aggressively back, acceleratedly back. We are watching DC animated films again, thanks to you and your tireless efforts. We saw those comments, you, dear viewer, the one I'm pointing at, you in your house in the pajamas, you!
Yes.
Thank you, because we really wanted to do this, and now it felt like it made sense. We are diving back into the DC animated universe thanks to you. We're doing it with Superman and the Elite, one I know nothing about.
I don't either, and just judging by the splash page, there's going to be some neat looking art at the bare minimum.
You said splash page, I went like this. I didn't know, I didn't want to see. I'm assuming like the Authority might be involved. I'm very curious who these Elite are. But if you would like to find out in real time, in long form, in synced up version, watching this alongside us over on Amazon Prime. So you can sync up with your own copy and watch this in its entirety with us like you're sitting on the couch if you're a super sexy reject over at Patreon. You can also watch exclusive watch-alongs that John and Greg. I put your names together. Dreg.
We are Dreg.
It's when they're together.
Every pair needs a name.
That's true. What is ours? Joy?
Joy.
I mean, it's fitting. I like that for us.
Or
Con.
As
a two opposing thoughts.
Comment below what our dual name should be.
Are we Joy or Con? Very different feels. Either way, Greg and John do exclusive watch-alongs over at Patreon, and you can also get discounts on sweet merch. RejectNationShop.com. You can get the discount on Patreon, or you can get it just at RejectNationShop.com. The choice is yours. Please check us out over there. I appreciate y'all very, very much. I have done too long of an intro. I would like to watch this film. Let's dive in 3, 2, 1, Superman. It's good to see that logo back.
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a cool bumper.
I like the current DC logo, but I like the animation going into that logo. Put those together.
Convicted criminal Dr. Light has escaped incarceration again.
Thomas Light?
Luckily,
It's overwhelming.
Superman arrived in time to avert the terror
Whoa, that's a
stoic Superman.
This is what my living room is like.
Yep, pretty intense. I like to have all my TVs on at once.
Time to take your medicine, love.
Ooh.
Oh, intrigued.
What do we got?
3 or 4 people that could be. Oh, this is a dope introduction.
Cool.
This opening montage is great. All right, so definitely British vibes.
Oh, Polly Perrette. My pops used to work with her on NCIS. Superman versus the Elite.
Love this Sex Pistols, the intro here.
All the collage pastiche old newsprint vibes.
I have no idea what we're getting into, but this was not what I was expecting. It's great.
Not the vibe.
Sam Register and Bruce Timm producing.
Okay.
2 icons.
Okay. I know at least one of those names.
Lee Bermejo mentioned Joe Kelly, the comic writer.
I was going to say, that was a long title for what this is based on. I was trying to catch it.
I am a big old Joe Kelly fan, if that's the same Joe Kelly. He's the one that established the fourth wall break with Deadpool.
Easy as pie, didn't I tell you?
I like pie.
You're about to go on a diet. Blast him!
Little Starros. Like,
Caught a couple of big fish, Superman.
And without a net.
it's like Cartoon Network Superman.
Yeah, what is happening? Very Cartoon Network eyeballs.
Up, and away!
Up and away, Web.
This time they'll learn that crime doesn't pay.
Is that an in-movie?
Yeah.
It never occurred to me that the S stood for silly.
It wasn't that bad.
When have you ever said crime doesn't pay?
A few times.
That's something he'd say. You know.
Say it a lot, actually.
Proceeds from the cartoon go to charity, Lois.
Hey.
And yes, I've got someone watching. And yes, we have an ironclad contract.
Lead-clad.
Point is, you have to protect your S.
I love the size difference always with the two of them when they do it right.
Well, not always.
Ooh, a smooth one, farm boy.
Ooh. The world could be watching right now on this sidewalk.
And almost got PG-13, that little snogging.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
That looks like he's from an anime.
Oh.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Dang. Whoa. Skeletor.
The atomic skull.
Get somewhere safe.
Dude, Atomic Skull. Pretty cool. Evil, but cool.
I mean, just yelling out his name as exposition is very helpful.
That was for me.
The atomic skull.
Of course. Nice. Nice alleyway. Quick change soups. Oh. get some Man of Steel action going.
You've gone too far this time, Skull.
They were just lawyers. Come closer and we'll talk about it.
I mean,
That gene bomb that created me, it's still going off.
Whoa. How's that possible? Gene
yeah, like
bomb.
perpetual. So far, we had 3 very different movies in 10 minutes.
I know. I hope this is an anthology.
Very
Let's
Dragon Ball
go.
Z. He said anime influence earlier.
Yeah.
Why did you attack those people?
To draw out the
They were
main
lawyers.
course, of course.
Whoa! Here are just forces of nature soups. Nice. Whoa! Cool track shot. Ooh!
This animation captures speed well.
Yeah. Ooh! And force. What is the equation with force times speed in it? Velocity?
Yeah, he just felt it.
Oh! Ooh!
Steamy.
Dude, you're gonna have a radiated fish down there.
Yeah, those kids playing in there are not safe. Everyone in that, oh, wow.
Whoa.
Efficient. Hope everybody got out of the water.
Hands quivering.
So much rage.
You'll have your front page in 15 minutes, Chief. Yes, I'll spell check.
Do you usually not?
Actually, that is one of the ongoing jokes of Lois Lane is like she's a Pulitzer Prize winning like she is bad at spelling. Like that's one of the running jokes.
Here we are, lads and lassie. Makes the old hometown look positively quaint.
Makes me thirsty.
Ooh, how fun.
They grow
Martini
big
hat?
here,
Yeah.
but not as big as Blue Boy.
Where do you think he is? I'll find him. Just stay tight.
Oh, yeah,
First
you-
impressions, you know.
You can lure him out. What a bunch these 4 are.
The Elite?
I don't like him.
The 3 of them are like the Black Eyed Peas. And then
Plus Johnny
Sid
Rotten.
Vicious. Yeah, there's Johnny Rotten. There you go.
Helpless bystanders killed by a repeat metahuman felon who's now enjoying 3 square meals a day as a guest of the state.
He's really enjoying those meals.
You had the power to end Atomic Skull's criminal career right there, permanently. Why didn't you?
Why don't you murk him?
My powers don't put me above the law.
A noble sentiment, but are you the Superman that the 21st century needs?
This is the internet's question.
Let me reiterate that I'm playing devil's advocate. I'm a huge fan.
Not bad.
It's always been my belief that people, at their core, are good. Humanity has a limitless potential for good.
You just have to use your X-ray vision.
Tamarev! Tamarev is under attack! What have you people done?
Whoa.
Okolistan holds to the treaty. Liar! My people are dying in the streets! We knew
Limitless potential for good?
Good isn't perfect. I have to go.
I gotta go stop this war. I like that detail with his little lav mic.
Also, like someone saying they're playing devil's advocate in the moment. Like you rarely see that. It's usually like I hate Superman and everything about him.
I gotta ask the questions, you know? It's fascinating they're going for such a tangible conflict.
Wait, I'm sorry, we're getting something.
Whoa!
Ooh, escalation.
We've heard rumors about Pokolistan's bioweapons program.
They made that?
Oh, look at that. It's like a weaponized insect. That's crazy.
Ooh, creepy. Whoa. Oof. Not bad. I love the night sky behind all this.
One of yours?
No!
Yeah, it's definitely a different tone for Superman.
No. Stop stealing my thunder. Ooh, cool.
Spined him.
Ig. Little parasites.
Man, it's so much more graphic and animation.
Ig.
And we're back.
Oh, they got
Bioweapon,
worm,
now there's 2 problems.
Worm Hydra
Oh, and
capabilities.
we replicated.
Ooh. Ooh.
I don't know, split in half's a good idea there, Soups.
I was gonna say, can you remove its head? Will it just grow another body from the head and another head from the body?
Always a rejuvenation question.
You were the king. The bastard doesn't have a brain, or I'd have had him rip his own guts out already. He's not alive.
It's cool having his voice in his head, like have that echo. That's fun. I like that we informed him it's not sentient and therefore
Squash it like a bug. A non-sentient bug.
come back. From
Wowie.
Yeah, you can't come back. Ah.
Oh, what's the...
Flair, mon frere.
Who's a good sorcerer? Double pork fried rice for you tonight.
Always get some.
Thanks for the assist. Next time, double check for collateral damage. Came a little close there. Hello.
You're really tall.
Don't mind them, Mr. Superman, sir. Big fans. Paralytic with giddiness.
Fans
Same.
for now.
Ta.
Wait, who are you?
Where can I see your band play?
What's that garbage all over that woman's body? These four are the biggest news since Brainiac ate Boston. Someone's gonna break this story, and it better be us.
Brainiac.
Oh, no. Coy, I'm sorry.
This is how I find out.
Yeah.
Take point on this. Book a flight wherever you need to go. Take Lane if she's still talking to you.
Lol.
It's a great dynamic.
You spoke to Superman? What did he say? Are these guys the real deal or what?
Did he mention me?
He said they're strong, but there's something about them.
Looks like they did a pretty good job to me.
Too good of a job.
If you boys are done gossiping, some lady in England just went online claiming to know all about Superman's new best friends.
Besties already.
Amazing friends, perhaps?
Once we hit the ground, it's every reporter for herself.
Unless I get something really juicy.
Ah, learning.
Cute.
Hopefully no one sees you.
Always helped come harvest.
What's his name, Mrs. Munch?
Mrs. Munch.
Unless you're willing to pay for the
Wow.
exclusive.
If she knows anything,
$2,500.
I'm the Martian Manhunter.
And there go all of my fantasies.
Well done.
Excellent Superman joke.
It's okay. Martian Manhunter is going to be your mom.
Naturally. It's totally going to make sense.
So you stalking me or here for the lovely scenery?
You never gave me your cell. Had to start somewhere.
Quite the detective. Following the guy with the Union Jack tattooed to his chest to England.
Wow, that's not a shirt.
Let's start with your name.
Manchester Black. Aspiring do-gooder and all-around pain in the ass at your service.
Strikers. Strikers. Nice.
It's right there.
Feeding time. Hey, some parsnips and carrots. Good for the skin.
Oh, what a perspective on that.
Just think what a service you're providing, having all your energy sucked into the city's electronic grid.
Oh,
It's
boy.
almost like you cooked your own supper.
It is. Oh, boy.
I mean, that is the other side of that guy's argument of he is helping the public.
He could be a hero.
I'm Menagerie. You can call me Pam. At this number, anytime.
Let's go. Hey.
Puts it in his suit because he doesn't have pockets.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Showing is faster than telling, and I hate to hear my own voice, believe it or not.
Don't believe it. Only thing shuts him up is a soccer game.
Football, you
Yep.
uneducated yank.
I was going to say, don't use the S word.
Apologies in advance for the graphic nature of what you're about to see. Some of us had it rough in the origin department.
This is going to be that other art.
Oh, boy.
Oh, cool.
Whoa.
I'm off then. See you at dinner.
Lucky I give you a roof
Wow,
and a pillow,
Jesus.
you worthless squib.
Where do you get the money for that roof and pillow?
You want something to eat? Work it out for yourself. And take the girl with you. I can't stand him mewling.
I don't think it's Ray Winstone, but it kind of sounds like him.
It's got that energy.
I was the unplanned fifth of 5 boys, left to fend for myself after my mum died giving birth to number 6, the only girl, Vera.
Oh, poor thing.
Oh, it's a grift.
Vera, she was special. Did what I could to protect her. But really, she was always taking care of me.
Good day. Let's get ice cream before.
Whoa.
Oh.
Headaches. The feeling that my body was turning against me. But it was getting worse by the week.
No way to describe that.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to not know what's happening and assess it and like read about it and.
No. Sawed off Popo. Oh my god. Oh crap! Damn.
Oh.
And I was helpless, praying for it all to stop. Imagine my shock when it did.
What? Whoa.
Goodbye, headaches. Hello, power.
Let's go.
After that, it's the usual fishtail. Her Majesty's Secret Service took notice, gave me a bed and taught me a thing or two about hurting bad people in the name of freedom.
Chester!
Oh, Chester.
What's wrong?
Screams. Lots of screams.
They're doing a good job like keeping up with exposition, like a lot of dense and like moving it along. I'm always impressed by the pacing of these.
This is an attack.
We had that opening beat that establishes they're pretty untrustworthy, but like Part of me wants to trust him.
Yeah, I know. You're like, but their accents are so charming.
Flooding has begun to
Melt the blockage to slag and drag the lorries out.
No time. The superstructure has been compromised.
Not the superstructure.
We're great kicking the snot out of wankers, but this
is a test of your imagination. How strong are you?
How super is your imagination?
Team effort.
Or is it just Superman? Whoa, we gonna do a whirlpool?
I like that acknowledgement of like imagination's a huge factor in how you solve problems here.
Cool. How about a little bubbly? The dude is powerful.
Yeah. Do you have enough? Yeah.
Wow. That slab.
Damn, he doing it?
Whoa, fun.
Snake oculars.
If you two are done pissing about,
Ooh. There is some PG-13 language. Who are you trying to get? He's got Clover.
Kicking his little feet.
Lucky. Oh. Ooh.
Tell me he's got that thing trained.
Looks like a combination of so many different sci-fi monsters. Whoa, nice.
Ice eel.
Nice. Ice.
Still drinking.
This guy.
Not bad for a guy who just kicks the snot out of wankers.
Oh.
Looks like you guys are gonna need a name soon.
Guess what we found?
who put you up to this?
Easy, Manchester.
Not chatty? Fine.
Oh, no. No.
You're killing her. Stop.
Can't just let them get away with it, though, can we?
We won't, but not like that.
Why the hell not? No less than they deserve.
Oh, no. This is just like back at that conference.
Call this one a win and save the philosophy for the pub, then.
Hey. Whoa. No, thank you.
He's got a lane.
So was it the trashy outfit, or should I start gluing slugs to my face? I mean, some people think terrorists should get what they deserve, as slowly and painfully as possible.
Is that what you believe?
Interesting questions to raise.
They couldn't confirm any of Black's story.
What about the sister?
No birth record, no death certificate.
So he's lying?
Don't know. We need to go deeper.
Ooh, projecting lies into someone to make you think it's true is interesting.
Okay.
Lois.
Evening, morning, and afternoon to one and all.
Here comes the Manchester Black turn.
There are the good guys, namely us, and the bad guys, namely anyone who treats anyone else like trash to further their petty aims.
I don't know anyone that hacks Times Square and the world's TV stations.
Yeah.
Not the good guys.
We're the elite. You asked for us, world. Now you got us.
Oh, man. Someone's got to pick.
That's how you do it. No one's gonna pull something.
Interesting.
Everyone likes a shiny new penny.
Sometimes people want vengeance.
Your mate's got off easy, and you can as well. Spill your guts so we don't have to. Pretty please.
Ew.
Guess it's a woman's touch then.
It's definitely a Manchester Black movie with a side of Superman.
Yeah, seriously.
You like picking on those weaker than you. Defenseless.
Oh, boy.
No, keep her away from me.
It's interesting that they're going after people who treat other people like trash, though. Their motivations are okay.
But their methods.
Ends, means.
What does it mean?
3,500,405 internet hits on the elite. How many of them are informational? 0.
How many of them contain the phrase, "These guys rock"?
2,800,000. Something. A location.
That was a good cutoff.
Cut him off, yeah.
Do you think the world has moved on to a place where I can't follow?
A spatial disruption matching the elite's energy signature has been detected over Bialia.
Well, this is a good Superman movie for right now, for the debate we're having in
I
culture.
really think it's interesting to have them wonder if he is right and like him judge if he can even have people believe in him.
Might makes right has never been a productive philosophy.
So instead, you'd rather have tea with terrorists, Demitas with dictators.
Okay, good alliteration, but...
Yeah, twice.
But what happens when the elite turn their attentions away from those people and turn them towards you?
Why the hell would they do that? I'm American. We're the good guys.
Oh, yeah, it is killing me. That guy's voice. And the guy from the UN sounds like the dude who was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but I'm not 100% sure. Who's Mac on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is who I'm thinking of. That's not good.
It's like a Pixar actor or someone.
Some like that, yeah. He's probably one of those prolific voice actors.
We're going to see it and be like, of course.
Jeeps. The scenes of like destruction and
A lot of weight to 'em.
Yeah, war zones and stuff is very effective.
American scum.
Wowie.
Today you die. Wait.
That's some intense gear. Whoa! Whoa! Wow.
Brutal. That's why it's PG-13.
That was unsettling. Nice. Let's go. Let's go. Ew. It's crazy with the chain gauntlets. Oh, fun. I like this guy. Yeesh. Dragged to another dimension.
What a way to go.
Been dragged to hell.
Good night, ladies.
This is like British Homelander.
You got terrorist on you.
Ooh, you got red on you.
No worries, mate. It's all over now.
Commercial break.
Yeah, it's all over until you hear a word from our sponsors. Do not like that.
Looks a lot like Atomic Skull's setup.
Neutrino pulse. It's like an EMP for organics.
Interesting.
Considering the hit you took, it's a bloody miracle you stayed conscious.
It's actually just an IV drip of Tang.
How about the tour?
Yeah.
It's less boring when you're half in the bag.
Half in the bag.
Even with his ass kicked, it's still a fine ass.
Remember who kicked it, baby.
Yeah, it's America's ass.
She's not just a ship. She's actually the biggest silicon-based bacteria colony in the universe.
Police call box.
Complete privacy and gives traffic the finger. Named her Bunny.
Bunny, where's Batman's big coin?
We think she had the capacity to feel, so we jettisoned her emotion nodules a few ticks back. Seemed the humane thing to do.
Oh.
You killed him.
No offense, but someone had to do something while you were playing spastic on the floor.
Spastic.
Every time we win a battle, he gets knackered and pukes all over the place.
Every time at all.
Just generally. Win, lose.
You can't murder people and call yourselves heroes.
Why not? Your government does it all the time.
Whoa.
We have to show the world that there's a better way. The people can be better.
Lead by example.
You don't have a clue what it means to live in fear, do you? Well, we do. Human beings do. We understand fear all too well.
That's true.
That's an interesting perspective. I mean, Superman understands fear, but like different scaling.
It can't be this way. You know that. I can't allow it.
You're welcome for the rescue, Bunny.
Whoa. Super Zale.
It's in Star City.
If this is a problem, I can cut you in 10%.
My man. To charity.
Oh, that was great. Trademark issues.
As far as MI5 is concerned, there is no Manchester Black.
And are you here to tell me differently, or am I about to get shot in the face?
Oh, I love Lois Lane.
The world needs to know what they're dealing with.
Nice choker.
Vera?
Vera Wang?
Chess isn't the only one went to work for the Queen and had his history wiped.
Open it.
Why? Because my brother is misguided and angry.
Cool.
But he saved
Very
my
cool.
life. I'd like to save his if I can.
And it matches her suit. Oh. I like that we keep cutting back to this.
Yeah. I like the undercurrent of ominous villain to come.
Yummy time.
Almost had some excitement there.
Oh. Oh no.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yummy time concern.
The generator's overloaded.
It's just trying to feed you, man.
Wow. Oh no. The Kent farm. What a lovely shot.
So beautiful.
What a lovely shot. Rebel sub. That means they ate a giant Rebel
It was
submarine
delicious.
sandwich.
They destroyed it.
From a restaurant called Rebels.
Been a lot of talk, not much of it good. Had to put a slap on Ben Farnsworth on account he said you looked the fool.
So even Smallville's rooting for the elite.
Now, just the loud, angry, and stupid.
Just murder.
Come on, it's not that simple. I don't think that I make them feel safe anymore, the way I do things.
This is very topical.
They have a tendency to hop on a bandwagon before they see who's driving it. But when they wise up, and believe me, they will, you'll be there for them, just like always. Truth, justice, and the American way.
Yes, sir.
Besides, if those knuckleheads don't quit tugging on your cape, you can always kick their self-righteous asses to kingdom come.
Never would, though.
Reject Nation, you ever look back and realize how little you actually learned about money growing up? For me, like many of you, it was always start investing when you're young. No one ever told me how. And honestly, for the longest time, I was too overwhelmed to even try. And that's why I'm grateful. A, grateful because I already use this product. And B, I'm grateful because we're sponsored by them today. ACORNS. ACORNS is a financial wellness app that makes it easy to start saving and investing for your future. You don't need to be rich. ACORNS lets you get started with the spare money you have right now, even if all that is some spare change. Best part, you don't need to be an expert, thank God. ACORNS recommends a diverse portfolio that can help you weather all of the market's ups and downs. You guys have heard me talk about ACORNS before, and that's because to this day I still use it. I'm an investor. I'm fancy. And for me, it takes the pressure off. I wasn't suddenly going to try to learn everything about the whole stock market. I was just taking small, consistent steps. And over time, those steps added up. One of our team members, won't say who, but they once used their ACORNS money to get them out of a financial emergency. That stuck with me. So you can sign up now and join the over 14 million all-time customers who have already saved and invested over $25 billion with ACORNS. You can head to acorns.com/rejects or download the ACORNS app to get started. Once again, it's acorns.com/rejects or download the app. And since we're dealing with money, it's probably best that I do say. An endorsement. Compensation provides incentive to positively promote ACORNS. Tier 1 compensation provided. Investing involves risk. ACORNS Advisor LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. View important disclosures at acorns.com/rejects. Thank you again, ACORNS.
Home
now. Global store.
And we're back to the beginning.
Oh no, don't do it, Bob. I love the evolution of his design.
Yeah, that's cracking with power.
Oof.
That's not attractive at all.
Finally, someone you wouldn't do.
Wow. Just put it bluntly. Do him just out of spite.
Yeah, you show him.
Oh.
Dad, that's Central Square. The elite are here.
I gotta go.
Zips up. He's got the shirt on underneath.
Sending in the B team? I want the boss, not the
Oh, is Superman gonna have to save them? Are they gonna get more than they bargained for? Wowie! 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 Big mad. Ooh! Dang! Dang!
Ooh! I think you're right.
Yeah. Purple versus green.
Yeah. Lex Luthor colors.
Ooh, dang.
Cool.
Whoa.
I think that little rested strikers did me some good.
Woo.
Wow.
You should check out Jenny Sparks, too, in the pantheon of cool British characters.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Save him, Mac.
Oh.
No!
They actually. Wow.
That's kind of
dark.
sad.
That's, yeah.
Hat! Form a perimeter!
Jeeps.
Saved this kid, but man.
Come on, Hat.
Samurai protectors.
Wow.
Coldcast, can you absorb energy or just project it?
Hells yes, if I can get that sucker before he gets me.
You can't boss my team.
We don't got time for this, man.
Survive.
Oh. Whoa. Whoa, boy. Bonk. Created the opening.
Yep. Made a distraction. Ooh.
Whoa, dude. That is intense.
Impressive.
Give my regards to Satan, then.
No, he's going back to strikers.
The finger gun.
Are you daft?
We are not the law. We do not kill him.
Oh, Papa. Nah,
I'm
we
sorry.
Do oh, he gonna do it.
Manchester!
Yeah, they're even more on your side. Now they'll be anti-Superman.
You did it your way, and he failed. Is that the world you want? Or should monsters like this get what they deserve?
Would you have been able to
say it, kid?
Putting it on the kid.
No. Do it.
Oh, you don't understand, man. Whoa.
Damn.
R.I.P. Atomic Skull.
It's tricky because, like, in the cases of extreme murder and violence and, like...
Oh, he covered him with his cape.
Superman has always been there for us, but so have those criminals he's put away so many times. Maybe his way doesn't work.
Uh-oh, outside the old baby store.
Kill them all and let God sort it out.
Jeez.
Superman's done.
Jeez.
This is the age of the elite.
New kind of hero. Play nice or play tough.
What a headline.
Wow.
I called Kansas and Ma said you're not there. So pick up your stupid hologram thing or I'll kick your butt when you get home.
Oh, the smile.
I made it through those files on the Elite. Mr. Black's backstory is a load of rubbish. Failing to mention that his sister is still alive is a good example.
Rubbish, British word.
Rub it off on her.
Dear old dad suffered a massive stroke when Chester decided he was due for one.
Oof.
Damn.
And how Vera's rescue resulted in the deaths of 12 people when he crushed the train that hit her.
My God, are you running this in the planet?
One big grift.
Perry was shut down by British intelligence before the story left his computer. No one wants to admit they took a narcissistic, angry teenager and tried to make a Superman out of him.
He's British John Walker Superman.
Vera's a sweet kid, but she turned into quite the establishment bitch, didn't she? Sorry to barge in, but there was no bell. And magic trumps a giant key every time.
Oh, and Superman's weakness.
A giant key.
Yep, giant keys. Like Kingdom Hearts. Not magic.
Sora!
Keys.
No!
Face judgment for your crimes or...
Stop. There is no awe in this conversation because you don't have the stones to do to us what we do to you in a heartbeat.
The Rolling
You
Stone.
might have the stones to do me.
Blah, blah, blah.
Pam, I'm handing out ultimatums. Please keep it in your pants.
This is for teenagers, this movie.
I used to love superheroes. You were the first. The best.
An only line of defense against the worst scum of the universe.
Fixing the world is ours. Starting tomorrow with Bialia.
I'm shutting you down.
Escalation.
Ugh. Gotta talk
Maybe
to...
this time they'll learn that crime doesn't pay.
Oh, the cheesiness weaponized against him. His ideals, his morals.
Yeah. That's a great use of that device.
Yeah.
The cartoonification.
Requesting authorization for payload drop.
All buildings are active targets. Level the city.
But it's so beautiful. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh, that's awful.
Up in the sky.
Long live Bialia.
Whoa. Whoa. Dang. Oh, let's go, Soups. Oh my god.
Yeah, oh, it's so cool from an external POV.
Yeah. Oh. Ah, crunch. That's cool.
Yeah, I want to see a Top Gun movie with Superman in it.
Oh my god. Tom Cruise versus Superman, but then they team up eventually.
Of course, they have to.
Yeah.
Would watch.
Would watch. Just pile of jets.
It ends today. Ends without a single loss of life.
Boy, you sure showed us, didn't you? Do I feel mortified? What happens next, Super Gandhi?
Super Gandhi.
Next, I get the leaders of both Pokolistan and Bialia to sit down and talk in a neutral location.
It's a bit late because the leaders of Bialia and Pokolistan are dead as a bunch of dead wankers.
What?
You could have done a better metaphor.
The opposite of alive.
Dead as a bunch of dead.
Dead is dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
It's like using the definition, the word in the definition.
Doesn't quite play.
You didn't.
The only logical thing to do was to slot the whole Megillah and start over.
Slot the whole McGill.
Your leaders are all dead. Peace reigns supreme. No!
Oh, no, Soups. No, don't take the bait. What year was this made? Ooh. No shield for you. Ah, crap.
Mm-hmm. It's got a team.
Write your wills. Say your goodbyes. Tomorrow, it's done.
What region is his
Cold.
accent from? Is that like a northern accent?
I'm not sure.
Like,
It's definitely not posh.
I'm like, it's in that...
When?
Dawn, I guess. They'll like the drama of that.
Why do you have to do this? Why can't you call someone else?
The Elite didn't take the fight to anyone else. They chose me.
Can't call Batman.
They're slaughtering people and laughing about it.
Can't spell slaughter without laughter.
They have to be stopped.
I think they can beat you.
And it's magic based.
I'm sorry, but they are willing to go places you won't, and they are so damn strong.
It's like a personification of a conflict. How do you beat someone who will fight endlessly dirtier?
Yeah.
People have to know that there's another way. They have to see that someone believes in humanity strongly enough
to die for them.
Oh, no. This is heavy, Doc.
PG-13 and like vibes too, like just ominous adult tone. It's very well written.
Oh. Left dinner in the fridge. No. Are we going to get like a somber voiceover eventually of what the letter said as he's looking like he's about to die or something?
Between dimensions.
Let's go, Night Owl.
Right.
Oh, not so Night Owl. Love the painted look of that.
Pretty flash entrance, innit? Our bunny's a keeper.
Got trim trap like the Flash Boys have.
I call kneecaps.
Spine.
Other.
Wait.
Other.
Not here.
Still.
Please.
A last request. Brilliant. But we'll pass the game through to interested parties. Want everyone to see it's a fair fight, yes? Bunny, darling?
Be nice to Bonnie. Maybe Superman can awaken the emotion within Bonnie.
Oh, that'd be interesting if they somehow get Bonnie to be part of the final solution.
Oh my God, they're going to go hang with Dr. Manhattan.
Stand down and be judged for your crimes. And maybe we can all get out of this in one piece.
You're an inconceivable wanker.
Inconceivable.
They should have saved Wanker for that line instead of overusing it. 'Cause that was a bar.
And Professor Chester's gonna learn you how the world will work from this day on.
Oh boy, New World Order.
He who has the power makes the rules. Obvious. Rule number 2.
It's already working that way.
Is a crock of scatters.
A crack of scatters.
People don't want babysitters in spandex to spank them when they're bad. They want surgeons to cut out the cancers that fester in us and make sure they never come back.
They do.
Well written. I'm very curious to hear Superman's speech of like how and why to be right at the end.
Oh. Grim. Oh, nice. Ooh, of course. Of course, doing the leg neck wrap. Whoa. Oof. Ugh.
Wait for it, kids.
Oh, no.
Tiki, Blue Boy is the first. But if any of his costume cronies rise up to avenge their fallen dream,
Avengers.
it'll get worse. I promise.
I actually love the stakes. Like, I feel the pressure on Superman. That's hard to accomplish.
I love this looming Earth.
I can't read your mind, but I sure as hell can muck about with your brain.
Oof.
Oh, no.
Whoa.
Ick.
Oh,
I
that
always
was
find
brutal.
that quite disturbing. People like bleed from the eyes and the mouth.
A life of truth, justice in the American military capitalist way.
Hey.
And in the end, you die on the moon wondering if your bowels will let go.
Wow.
Tomorrow, the world will go on like nothing happened. Dragged, kicking and screaming to a better day.
Oh my goodness. Into a Spider-Man brand new day. Oh no. Oh no. Wow. You are watching like a huge scale torture.
There. Look.
Ooh. It's like the death of Superman flag.
Yeah, exactly.
How is it that no matter how badly you massacre one of these thong and blanket types, some shred of their unmentionables still survives the blast?
They're unmentionable.
God, here's the letter.
Believe.
Oh.
I, for one, should like to scrub my...
finally get it.
Whoa.
No friggin' way.
Cool it hat. Coldcast?
Interesting.
I made the mistake of treating you people like people.
No sonar. Can't smell him either. Just scorched air.
Ugh.
I'm getting a tight sphincter here, Chester.
Shut your gulp!
I understand now what the world wants.
Clench some cheeks.
What it needs.
Ow! Something bit me.
Super dart. Whoa.
Interesting.
No more menagerie. Wild. Well, damn.
She's not breathing.
She's dead?
Bugger me. He's playing it our way.
Fliss to the land and flush him out. Not after a blast like that. Call the ship and get Pam to sickbay.
Guys?
Oh no. Oh no.
People in charge who are willing to put the animals down.
Wow. Grim.
that Superman?
Terrifying.
Not anymore. It's not so fun when we play your way, is it?
Everyone knows Superman can't do magic. Don't let him separate us.
Oh, he's been practicing sleight of hand.
Here's a little ancient Chinese secret.
I will choke on my own tongue.
That wind is clocking in at 500 miles a minute. His body may not be taking any hits, but his lungs just collapse from the vacuum.
Terrifying.
Find his brain! Shut it down! He's been playing us this whole time! Chester, he killed Pam in the head. Get with it!
Get with it, man!
Get us out of here! What the hell are you doing? Pam is still up there. We can't just... He won't do anything here. Not with the sheep around us.
Oh, the sheeple. Why don't you tell him how you really feel?
Bonnie, get ready to port again. The second he shows his ass, I'm gonna flatten this whole city.
Whoa.
Holy shit.
I'll allow it.
Where did he freaking go?
He went into orbit at Mach 7.
Wow. Oh. Oh.
If you had super hearing, any second you'd hear the pop.
Whoa. Crazy.
You crazy son of a bitch! You killed my team!
Your team of killers.
Yep. Whoa.
They won't be killing anyone else.
Oh my god.
See? I finally bought what you've been selling.
I did not expect it to take this turn.
Nope. That's cool. Rebel smush. The one bloody eye is like
It really
crazy.
is affecting.
Yeah.
Because we never see Superman like something that stays.
You bloody psychopath!
You're one to talk.
How does it feel, Black? How does it feel to be deconstructed?
Whoa.
Let me show you, you self-righteous hypocrite!
This cannot be real.
Right, like he's in his head somehow, right?
Yeah, he's gotta be.
Because Lois is not dead.
Heat vision? You can barely stand, let alone fry my face!
I'm not aiming at your face.
Oh no. Oh no. Whoa. The center of all your power?
Why can't I feel my power?
I scanned your brain for abnormalities, and when I found one, I cut it out.
Whoa.
Heat vision. Focus through your pupils like a scalp. Instant lobotomy.
Woof. Oh my god. Oh no.
Backhanding her out.
Smacking him. Oh my god. Oh my god.
This isn't you! You don't do this!
Oh.
I do now.
No! It doesn't have to be that way, Superman! You taught us that!
And we didn't listen.
He taught you that he's no better than the rest of us! You all saw!
Yes, they did see. They saw the ugliness of violence as a solution, and it frightened them. It frightened me too when I decided to cross that line and do what you do. Anger. Vengeance. Luckily, I'm not you, and I never will be.
Yeah, where'd you hide the team?
Yeah, nobody's dead.
You killed my team! Look at this place!
I thought you were supposed to be the sharp one. Boys?
Hey! Solid show for your
Did
benefits.
he convince Bonnie to teleport somewhere else? I'm curious what the...
Had some help. Your sister to start. Her files were very thorough, especially regarding the idiosyncrasies of your brain. I would never put civilians in harm's way. I won't kill, but you would.
So I had to make it convincing.
As for your people, they're fine. Very much alive as they're stripped of their powers and prepped for transport to a supermax prison. That's why I had to let you knock me around for so long. You'd be surprised how fast Bunny agreed to help me when one of the superbots promised to return her to her home dimension.
Yup. Oh my god.
Justice for Bonnie.
It's not over, you punsy twit! If you think I'll just go to jail and rot, you're living in a dream world!
Good. Dreams save us. I swear that until my dream of a world where dignity, honor, and justice are the reality we all share, I'll never stop fighting. Ever.
Damn, dude. Hell yeah.
Superman.
Let's go, Soups.
You ever scare me like that again, I'll kill you.
If I ever scare me like that again, it's a deal.
Hey.
Can we go so I can kiss you now?
Aw, let's go. Let's go. Kissing over international waters.
No. Superman.
Not bad, George Newbern and Polly Perrette. All right.
Sounds
D.
good.
Bradley Baker in there.
Who was the voice I kept hearing? Who was the pundit? Troy Evans.
Where's podcast? They're going by so fast.
Maybe it was Troy Evans. I don't know. I knew that voice. It was so strong and specific.
We can always pull up the IMDb. Gang, as you're watching this, we have just completed our first time watch of Superman versus the Elite. And before we hop into the review, we're doing something new today. We're going to take a few questions from the patrons regarding this movie, from our dear, beloved, super sexy royal. I was listening to you guys record one of these, and you came up with a good alliterative. What was it?
So on Patreon, they're royal rejects.
Royal rejects.
In real life, when I see them outside the internet, they're rad rejects.
Radical rejects.
Radical rejects are the ones that make it out of the internet.
Yeah.
I meet them IRL. Radical rejects.
Corporeal.
So you royal rejects sent in Firth from Matthew Cronin for Superman vs. the Elite. For John and Coy, that's us. Do you think the new Superman movie would be partial adaptation of this movie for, well, that makes sense, with Green Lantern, Hawkgirl, and Mr. Terrific taking the place of the Elite? That is a fun question because that would imply a certain villainousness of them. I do not personally think they'll be villainous. I think they will be working for Maxwell Lord, and I think they will be in some sort of sense of the only way to get things done is with corporate sponsorship. To me, those jackets read NASCAR. Like, so
Sure.
I see that as like
they do.
in a world
That's a
where
good
Jeff
call.
Bezos has branded heroes is what I think it's going to be. So I don't think they'll be as evil, but I do like the idea of that kind of messaging. What do you think?
Yeah, no, totally. I think that you have, in terms of the talent you have on hand, I don't think you'd want to make them as decisively villainous as the Elite is here, in such that, you know, we're probably
can't
not
use
gonna,
them again.
they're only going to show up again if they break out of prison and start causing real trouble.
And we did see them in Peacemaker in the trailer.
Yeah, that's true too. So I could see it being kind of a half and half, where it's
agree.
like, yeah, here's the cautionary tale of what corporate-led superheroism is in the here and now, a cynical, or at least a cynically comprised team of supers in this day and age. And here's the argument for why we got to do things a little differently, a little more, you know, humanely, or whatever the case might be. But I could see them filling some kind of, like you
That
said,
space.
some kind of iteration of this message, maybe just not as extreme.
And you'll notice that Mr. Terrific wasn't with them. I'm thinking that's a point too. From Cody Enos saying, love with 4 U's, that you're continuing these animated movies, us too. SVE is a we're in modern times, but we're doubling down on this is Superman, kind of like reminding people what he stands for. Is there another DC character that would be, I like this question, that would benefit from this type of story, i.e. modern setting, but classic morals? Immediately, Mr. Miracle comes to mind. Mr. Miracle is such a, I use him for a lot because I want to see him done right. He is such a classic golden age type hero. He's red and yellow and green. He's really bright. His name is Scott Free. But I love that even then there was a darkness to him. And now I think we're entering a world that's so dark. It'd be really lovely to have a character represent people that are really like downtrodden, right? Like Spider-Man, I think appeals to a lot of people because the Parker luck and like what he deals with and all those things. I think it'd be nice to see a golden age hero that was kind of groundbreaking for having some of that darkness be in a world today that suits that darkness, but the upliftingness of coming out of that and him like just soldiering on, I'd really love to see. Because Superman, you know, he's got superpowers. Like so does Scott Free, but like Superman's always going to be okay. So I think someone that's super relatable, but from that era would be cool to see.
I feel like you are absolutely the person who's going to have a good answer to this question.
But an instinctive answer.
You know, and this is going to be a very normie take, I will forewarn you, but I feel like if you really did a movie, because we live in a time where there is so much discussion over whether or not Batman should kill people, if you had a movie that was kind of all about this is the tool of the enemy, interrogation, I think that could be pretty cool. I mean, like, certainly we do stuff like that in the Batman movies that we've gotten since, especially Batman Begins, the sort of grappling with that, but there's a whole lot of other stuff going on, and you know, this I'm curious as to how you do it, because this movie, this Superman versus the Elite movie, does it in such a way where you get all the spectacle that you would want out of any, I think, Superman story, but it also is like super thematically tied into him.
Yeah.
So I feel like, you know, you would need some kind of threat to Batman that is it's the same. I guess it's the same argument. Really, is the sort of should we be totalitarian or not?
Which is a timeless question.
But it's weird. It feels like somehow because the flavors of the characters are so opposite, like the same debate persists, and it feels like they're totally separate from each other, even though they're the same concept.
But I mean, time changes how that's taken.
Yeah.
Like that perception.
Yeah, and you know, there's the more direct iconography of like the militarism of like Batman has to use gadgets and a gun is a gadget versus Superman's just got all powerful godness going on, you know, so. But, you know, I'm sure in a Swamp Thing, Coy.
Swamp Thing's always the answer. That's in Solomon Grundy.
Thing.
I think that's going to be your answer for one of these next two. We're going to do a little quicker on these next two because we have to get to our review as well. But we've got from Flying Scotsman 4072. Yes, Coy and John are continuing their DC animated journey. So hype. Somewhat related for Superman, but is there a comic book story that you would love to see adapted to the big screen? Could be DC or Marvel. Quick thought, first instinct. You go first.
I've always wanted to see Arkham Asylum, Serious House, and Serious Earth. I adore that story. I adore the art.
Great
if they could translate that vibe, mwah, mwah, mwah.
I've already used Mr. Miracle, but Tom King's Mr. Miracle would definitely be near the top of that list. I'm also going to go Marvel because I gave DC answers. Kraven's Last Hunt done correctly, or the Clone Saga. I want to see the Clone Saga.
I would love to see a Marvels, not like the Marvels, but like that you actually finally connected the thing, like that old timey like classic. Again, it's about the art, so you would have to find a way to translate the art, but like do something that's like a Marvel crossover story with those retro vibes. I think
Fantastic
would be
Four looks
really
close.
cool.
We've got Game Night J14 asking, do you think we'll see this or an adaptation of it in the new Superman movie, similar to the first question? With the feeling of the universe we've gotten from the trailer, I could see it happening in the universe, if not the upcoming movie. Also, with the resurgence of more brutal, murderous characters, especially the Punisher, in pop culture, how applicable is this story today? I have a long answer. Please, by all means, take it first.
I think this movie that we just watched kind of speaks for itself on this question. I feel like there will always be kind of a reason, as long as there are humans and there is violence, there will be a reason to have this conversation. And as long as we have these struggles in how to keep order amongst ourselves and also, you know, enable liberty amongst ourselves, you know, I think this is something that in some way, shape, or form will appear in the James Gunn Superman movie. I don't think it'll be a one-to-one at all, but I think it will certainly. I think it's too obvious that we're living in a time where the answer has to be, the question is being begged. What's the point of Boy Scout Superman, all this bright, high-minded aspiration when it's such a violent, heinous world? When people are willing to go to these disgusting depths, how could we ever win, against that? I think that's always a question worth asking and a conversation worth having.
And I had a really long answer, but he covered a lot of it, and I think my short answer is more apt. I think your second part of the question is why we need Superman. Punisher used to be the exception to the rule, and now he feels more like the rule. And I think that is why you need characters like Superman, and I think that's why today, more than ever, we need to look up. So, I hope you enjoyed this journey. As soon as I felt the button, once the button settled into my brain, I was like,
that was delicious.
So, I think it is time for us to dive into the review of this lovely experience. Thank you so much for being this excited for us to come back to these DC animated films.
We are jazzed.
We're filming another one next week. So, it's cranking along nicely. We might even have 2 on the docket. So, keep leaving comments letting us know which ones you want to see because it is active. We're very excited about it. And thank you for being super sexy rejects sending these questions. And thank you, dear viewer, for continuing to watch. Where we go next?
Back to us.
Hey, future us. Whew, well, we have just finished Superman versus the Elite. Quite the intense journey. Before we dive into our review, I want to thank the fine folks at Prepper for editing this super endeavor. Editing is quite the journey. It takes the speed of Superman, the focus of those laser eyes, the endurance of being able to run many miles. It's a super endeavor. Thank you to Prepper. Also, please leave a like and comments in this video because it helps the algorithm, but the intro was long. We're trying to do our intros a little faster so you get to this point. Just press buttons, please, for us. All right, let's talk about it. We just finished Superman versus the Elite.
Yes.
One that we had heard beloved. A lot of people suggested this one. We did this, as I said at the top, on your behest. We appreciate it. It's good to be back. John?
Yes.
What'd you think of the Elite and of Superman?
I had a blast with this, and what a timely Superman tale. I feel like this. When did this come out?
That's a good question.
Failed to check the date at the outset, but this seems like a perfect Superman story for the here and now. A perfect debate over the themes of Superman, the qualities, the tenets of the character. the place of those tenets in society when societies are what we got?
2012.
2012. So we're a good 13 years on from this movie.
We've grown so much.
Yeah, and
as
like
a society, we've learned from these lessons.
And it's like this seems like it would be relevant at any time because I'm sure that any moment post like the decade or two surrounding the actual inception of the character is probably going to beg a lot of these questions of like, it's a really big dark world and there are cancers out there that arguably should just simply be cut out, never to return. What do we do about that? Is Superman's philosophy quaint and antiquated? I thought this was a really fun interrogation of that and a good sort of like, well, here's the alternative. Do you like that better?
Violence should scare you. This is not the way. I love that being... I kept wondering, as soon as that turn happened, how Superman would land the message to the average person.
Yeah.
That was such a great speech. Like, that was such a wonderful way to summarize I see Superman as. Like, that was was written by Joe Kelly, the same Joe Kelly. He had a movie called I Kill Giants, writer of Deadpool, writer of Spider-Man Deadpool, one of my favorite comic runs ever, and a guy that gave Deadpool his fourth wall break. Very lovely fellow. I got a lot out of this as far as like the philosophy of Superman being so beautifully like summarized. This very effectively showed who he is in an hour. And these aren't like known characters. Manchester Black is probably the biggest. Oh, that guy, Robin Atkin. He looked familiar.
Atkin Downes.
Manchester Black is probably the most known of these characters, but like Vera Black, Coldcast, these aren't, regular. We don't see them often. So like, they did a really good job making it Fred Tatasciore. He's a very, very prolific voice actor.
Sure, yeah, I definitely know that name.
But yeah, they did a really good job like summarizing these characters. They're not as well known. They did a good job showing their team dynamic. I genuinely felt stakes for Superman throughout, which is always hard and impressive. That's one of the difficulties of Superman is you've got two things working into Superman. You've got is being truth, justice, and a better tomorrow antiquated, and then you've also got how do you take on a guy that has every power. And so to make that feel like it has stakes and then to also show the everyday audience why you should, feel this way. Troy Evans, he is definitely a familiar face. That guy.
Yeah, he's a
Oh,
that guy.
man. Look
He's
at all
in
those.
hella
I recognize all these images.
He's
like a
stuff.
day-to-day, like in movies actor, right? Not a
Yeah.
voice actor in my, like he definitely
probably
is
does
too.
a little bit of everything.
Fear
and
and
he probably,
Loathing.
Yeah, Under
Demolition
Siege,
Man.
Demolition Man, The
What a
Frighteners.
run.
All right. He's on Bosch Legacy for all the dads out there.
Yeah,
And Bosch,
Dad Core.
Dad Core to the maximum.
It was
And
driving me insane. He's such a good actor.
And and a lot of and he did a little NCIS Lost.
Fear and Loathing is definitely where I knew him from. I knew that voice well. I've seen that movie like 100 times.
Yeah, he seems like he's acted in literally every
My
version
God.
of this you could do, from TV to films to animation and everything in between.
40 years deep. Robin Atkins Downes doing the
Yeah.
work.
Oh, he did a lot of creature vocals in Batman v Superman.
The voice
Dawn
of Ack
Justice.
in How to Train Your Dragon.
And a demon voice in The Conjuring 2.
And of course, Mr. Pricklepants and Forky.
Additional voices across What If as well.
Working actor, man. Working that voice.
Doing them voices.
X-Men 97 as well. Yeah, I got a lot out of this. I think this is a really good... if you don't...
Oh my God, sorry.
Please.
Paul Kent was Colonel Campbell from the Metal Gear games.
Nice.
The guy who's a direct transcription of the Colonel from First Blood.
Nice.
So different actor there, but also, yes. Anyway, continue.
I was going to say, this is a great, if you don't think Superman is fitting for today movie. Like, if you think that the Superman of the 40s, 50s, and 60s doesn't suit 2025, this is a great translation. Like, this feels like it aligns with that, which I really, really appreciate.
Yeah, I really like, too, that this is taken from a story called What's So Funny About Truth, Justice, and the American Way.
Which Joe Kelly wrote the comic of. Joe Kelly, same writer of this movie, and also the writer I mentioned earlier, prolific Deadpool writer.
Yeah, man.
Lieber Mayhew is an incredible artist. I got to read that. I probably had, but when did this come out?
Action Comics 2001.
I was a wee
for
lad.
$7.75.
I was 13.
Golly.
I do remember this being a moment at the top. I said, like, I wonder if this deals the authority. The authority and the elite are kind of simpatico timing wise. Like, the early 2000s was an age of what if it's dark? What if it's gritty? In movies, I think that picked up around 2006, but in comics, it was kind of reactionary. You'd see a lot of stuff with the British invasion of like Grant Morrison, and like a lot of the writers of that time would do commentary on stuff. And then you had writers like with the Ultimates, you had Mark Miller, you had a lot of people doing commentary on the regular heroes. So the Authority was a commentary on DC, just like Squadron Supreme was, just like Ultimates was a commentary on Avengers while also being an Avengers team. So the early 2000s was a lot of dark and gritty, what if we need to work on stuff. So when I heard the Elite, I was like, that feels like an Authority era and feels like the Authority to me. I was halfway expecting some of those characters, but here it says real life debate amongst the comic community and the life success of the Authority. So that is kind of what I was speaking to, is the dark and gritty stuff is we wonder if that's the way the world is. And this has been a conversation for at least 25 years.
Yeah, man. And I mean, it's I feel like it's one of those human questions. Like I feel like Superman always, correct me if I'm wrong, but is always having some sort of conversation about humanity. And yeah, I mean, like, it is one of the ultimate human conundrums of like, what do we do? How do we create harmonious peace and order? And do we need to sink to the level of those willing to go to depraved lengths to do so?
Right.
And yeah, like I thought this really kind of hit the ground running, and it built up nicely. And it's like, sometimes I feel like it's a debatable choice as to whether or not to reveal up front that you can't trust whoever these newcomers are to the story, them being here, the Elite.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I thought it was kind of fun because it still left you room to guess, and it still left you room to kind of think to yourself, like, okay, I know that these guys are at least going to be willing to cross lines. Superman isn't, but are they like bad guys?
Right.
And for the most part, kind of, yeah, like they overlap with good interests at
when
points.
It serves them.
When it serves
Self-serving
them,
good interests.
100%. And
they escalated quickly.
Yeah, and seeing the point at which each member of the team was sort of like, "Hey, wait a minute, this is going way too far."
Yeah.
And Manchester, we gotta like stop.
Pull back.
Like, come on, like we can't win this. And yeah, just the way that he ultimately defeats them is very sort of rewarding and cathartic in a way. And yeah, I think this allows you to have your cake and eat it too, where like he defeats them in a way that is like dark and scary and badass, but you are also sitting there going like,
this is dark.
How are they going to bring
super?
You're like, what is happening here? Is this a fantasy? Is this some kind of ruse?
Yeah, I thought they were in his mind for a minute because I was
Yeah.
like, Superman wouldn't do this, but then I like that I was repulsed by Superman doing it, which was his goal.
Which was the goal, and like that, it's like it's really
Very
well
effective.
orchestrated, very smartly done, and yeah, just uncanny in a way how. This has only become, I think it's like I would imagine that, yeah, the comics community has probably been having this debate for a little while longer, especially when you get the introduction of groups like The Authority that do a feature more adult and probably more hard-line solutions to things and just content in general.
Stuff like The Boys came out in 2006. Like, I mean, that's all this era and this commentary that we haven't really recovered as far as believing in good, I think, since 2001. And I think that it's not a coincidence.
And it feels harder and harder as time goes on, weirdly.
Yeah.
And yeah, like with the way, just limiting it to the idea of the debate in popular culture about Superman and the themes and, oh, does this fit into our time? Do we need an updated version of the character? It's like, I think you could do the quintessential tenets of the character anytime, and you just have to kind of fit them to the debate of the world around you. And that feels like what this did. And this, again, because we've had the whole Snyderverse debate, there are other movies that contribute to this, but obviously I feel like Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, all that stuff, like really contribute to the modern question of like, is Superman just a boring Boy Scout? Should we do a violent, totalitarian Superman of some kind? And that debate has reached the mainstream in a greater sense because movies and more people, that many more people are aware of these, themes of the stories, the characters, etc. So like, yeah, this fascinatingly seems like it would only just get more and more relevant over time.
Yeah, I feel like this is going to be, I think this was a perfect first one back for us.
Yeah.
As we're leading to the summer of Superman. Like this
part of me is like,
so well timed.
Friggin' adapt this.
Yeah.
And it seems like, I wonder if, I wonder if some of this story will be in the soup of the James Gunn
I'm
movie.
really curious if it's like I know the film is addressing that Superman is someone that believes in good and the world is like, really? And so like that to me does, feel simpatico. Yeah, I love this. This is one of my favorite of the DC animated ones we've done. The animation took me a little bit to adjust to. It was a little simpler than others we've seen, like a little more raw and dirty. But I really liked the opening credit to have some flavor. I really enjoyed that little insert to have some flavor.
Yeah.
And yeah, I thought the acting was fantastic, and I had a really good time with this. So
too. And props to George Newbern and Polly Perrette. I liked their leading performances very much. I don't remember who the guy was. His name Baxter. I'm trying to find these voices are killing me.
So many. This was a huge cast.
Where's Papa Baxter? I guess it's not the guy from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Oh well. But yeah, man, this was quite a blast, and yeah, it's super timely. It makes me want to go read the book now.
It's solid. If I now again, I didn't know when I was 13, but I remember it was one that I think they reprinted it like 4 or 5 times. So I might have read it in 2002 when it got reprinted. But
gotcha.
It's just that issue you can pick up $7.75. Superman $7.75 for you guys playing along at home. Joe Kelly, Superman $7.75.
It's just one issue.
It is. It's a big boy.
It's a thick boy.
Yeah. It's like an anniversary, like that big number. If memory serves, that was 14 years ago. 13.
Oh no, it was Henry Simmons. Ah ha ha.
It was
correct.
Oh, fantastic.
My man. There we go. All right. I stand
Everything's locked
vindicated.
in.
I am vindicated.
You heard it here, folks.
Yes.
Well, that is going to do it for this episode. Please leave a comment below. Let us know what you want us to watch next, because we're back. Don't know how many of these we're going to do, but at least some more. So let us know in the comments below what else you'd like us to watch. Please let us know what you thought of Superman versus the Elite. Please press that like. Please check out the Patreon for all of your full-length watch-along leads and lots of discounts. Please do something super today. See you soon.
Yeah.
Bye, guys.
Chris Wham. My friend, lately I've been getting really in tune again with our Patreon, our Royal Rejects, because I feel like I've taken it for granted. A lot of people run Patreon accounts, and it's like a business that it eventually turns into. And I guess my mindset has been really connected to lately of, no, it's not just a business. Like, these are our followers who are really, like, even if it's a $5, even if it's a $5 tier, that's a lot of money to contribute every single month, And with you, Chris, you've gone out of your way so many times to shell out a lot of money, sometimes $200, sometimes $500 in a live stream. And as much as we've made jokes about it, there's something about that generosity that's really hard to receive. And I really do appreciate, I think we all do. We all really appreciate, though, how, I don't want to just say giving. It challenges my character in a way that makes me uncomfortable, in a good way. So it forces me to grow, and we really appreciate not just the financial contribution, but what that action does as a way to reflect on the kind of people we could be. So thank you, Chris, for being you.
For inspiring us to be better and more generous ourselves. Like, you really do lead by an example. And I mean, yeah, every time you show up and are as generous as you are, I feel unworthy, even as just a small part of this operation. And, when I think of it's weird, even though we've never met in person, you are somebody who inspires me to try and do my best to be as caring and outwardly minded as I can be, because it certainly seems like you are. And that's rare in this world. So thanks for leading by example and inspiring us just as much as, I'm sure you've been inspired by other, people who lead by example in your life.
Thank you, Chris.